Hey guys, this is my review of WandaVision. Please mind my Mario plushies in the background. WandaVision, the first new Marvel Cinematic Universe project after Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home and the start of Phase 4. Considering the track record of Marvel's past, the show received a lot of reactions. But now it's my turn to see if the show was worth it or not. So I'm going to review each and every episode of this show and give you my honest thoughts. There are major spoilers, so there's your warning. Episode 1. First impressions are everything, but Marvel completely dropped the ball with this first impression. Firstly, this is a sitcom, and that means terrible jokes and very cheesy effects and music. The acting is hammier than a slice of bacon, and it looks like it was thrown together in 2 hours. The one thing that I will say that I liked in the episode was the commercial in the middle. It was pretty funny. But other than that, this episode sucks the big one. 1 out of 10. Episode 2. The first episode didn't impress me, but this one made me worried for what the show was going to do. First of all, the jokes were even cornier. There's a freaking communist joke. Secondly, the acting is worse and the effects are still horrible. The one thing I will say is that the commercial is still funny and the ending was good. But this is really the worst one of the bunch. 1 out of 10. Again. Episode 3. This is slightly better than the previous 2 episodes, but honestly, I don't like it either. The acting is a step up, but the scene where Wanda is giving birth is just corny. They have comedic drums and painfully obvious corny acting. The one part I loved was the ending, when Wanda realizes her world is very fragile and can snap in a split second. So yeah, this episode is still bad, but it's definitely better than the previous 2 episodes. 3 out of 10. Episode 4. Wow, what a step up! The beginning was the best part by far, where we see the reversal of the snap and how the people reacted to it. The rest of the episode is the resistance plot, where a group of people try to figure out what the F is going on. We even see Vision's dead corpse from Avengers Infinity War as imagery during the sitcom elements, which are very far and few between. The one problem is Darcy Lewis. Watch my 2 Thor reviews if you want to know what I'm talking about. She acts like a circus freak, but other than that, this episode was great and a huge improvement of the last 3. 9 out of 10. Episode 5. This is where the bad episodes and the good one mixed together, and I was unimpressed. The kids' magical aging was just silly, and it really took me out of the episode. But the part where Wanda comes out and threatens Sword was fantastic. My favorite part is when we got the second best character in the X-Men franchise, Fox's Quicksilver, introduced. More on that later. But yeah, it's half good and half bad. 5 out of 10. Episode 6. The only real problems were the 90s jokes, which may or may not offend any 90s kid, and the fact that Darcy Lewis is in Wanda's Hex. Good God. But some of the jokes were good, and the ending had me on the edge of my seat. Quicksilver is still the best character, though. It was sad that he was shoved into that haystack. This is a decent episode with a few problems. 7 out of 10. Episode 7. The only parts I didn't like were how it ripped off my favorite sitcom of all time, Modern Family, how Darcy Lewis and Vision are on a road trip. You probably know why I hate that. And how they threw away Quicksilver. Other than that, the episode had suspension, and also Monica Rambeau trying to snap Wanda out of it. And the Agatha Harkness reveal, I saw it coming, but I was still happy with the results. 8 out of 10. Episode 8. This is the best one. It has the emotion found inside of the Marvel films by the Russo bros. We see the origin of the Hex, how Wanda and Pietro lost their parents, and where the sitcom elements came from. The 2 post-credit scenes were good too. Fox's Quicksilver was back, and we got a new Vision. This is by far the best one, and the closest to an actual MCU film. 10 out of 10. Episode 9. Episode 9 is a strange one for me. I love the beginning of the episode. It starts out strong, but then stuff kind of just dies. The White Vision CGI was really off at some points. There was a boner joke, and the ending of the final battle was really anticlimactic, and I felt super underwhelmed. But the ending was emotional, and Darcy Lewis may or may not have died, which were nice touches. Pissed, I got my wish. Also, there's a teaser for a second season, which will be loads better than what we got in the first season. But yes, this is a very underwhelming finale, and one that I won't think of anymore. 7 out of 10. Again. Overview. Well, WandaVision is not a good TV show. It's actually a bad TV show. But there are certain things that are enjoyable. It didn't start off well, but there were 2 really strong points that made me enjoy the show a little bit more. Honestly, I only see myself watching episodes 4, 7, and 8 again, while I just leave the rest to die alone. Watch it if you want to, but just keep it away from me as best you can. 6 out of 10.